What is up, YouTube? It's Die Hard here, shooting you a video real quick. If you're seeing this video, that means that we're done with releasing the episodes, and so the 2K15 fiscal year for WWE is over. We're moving on to 2K16. I'm gonna get right into this, so it's gonna be a lot of information coming at you really quick. Starting in January, that's my target launch date for 2K16, because I would like to do it online again. I'll get to that in a few moments. There's going to be 2 weekly shows and 1 podcast. The first weekly show will be Genesis, which everybody knows what Genesis is. It's like Raw or whatever. The podcast will be the day after that, and the day after that will be FFW Strike Zone. Now, the way that the shows are going to work, it's not going to be a roster split or a brand split. It's going to be like how I did TBP Frontline and TBP Strike Zone in 2K14 at the beginning of the year. Basically, it's just a way to extend the storylines and to add that extra level of character development. That's why I want to do 2 shows. Now, moving on from the 2 shows, the podcast. I would like the podcast to be an open forum for anybody to come on to and shoot the shit or chit-chat with me, chit-chat with anybody. I'm not friends with barely anybody in the community anymore, let's face it. It's just the way it is. But I enjoy interacting with people, whether positive or negative or whatever. I enjoy making the wrestling shows. That's why I keep coming back to it. It's like a horrible disease. I keep coming back because I love it so much. Car shows are so bad for me, but I love them. Just the way it is. I think that's why anybody who steps away and then comes back, I think that's why. Because they know shows are bad for them, but they just keep coming back because it's like an addiction. It's hard to get away from that. Anyways, about the podcast. Whether you love me, you hate me, whatever, I would love to have you on the podcast. If you've got some kind of grievance to say towards me or whatever, or if you think you can have an intelligent conversation with me, maybe go back and forth in a debate or whatever, then great, let's do it. Because every Wednesday, starting in January, the FFW podcast called FFW Livewire will be aired live on YouTube. And I will be taking questions. I'll also have subjects that we'll be talking about each and every week. And I would like to get as many people on there as we possibly can. We'll probably do it through a Skype call or whatever. But the way that I'll be taking the questions is, and I put the link down in the video description, but there's an FFW public Skype chat, okay? Now, in this Skype chat, though, there's a 0 tolerance for bullshit. I'm not going to put up with it. I'll just kick you out of the chat. It's just the way it is. Anyways, so that's, if people did have questions about shows or whatever, they could post it in that public Skype chat, and it will be referenced on the podcast, which the podcast would be live at the time. It'd be streamed live to YouTube, because I just don't like using Twitch that much. And then, let's see. Oh, back to the shows, part of the shows. How are we going to fill in these shows? I mean, I've got a little over 25 created characters that I use, alternate them out. And I play as multiple characters. To this day, I think, way back when, I was just Die Hard, but now I play as Anthony Jr., James Braden, Jerry Graham, Bryson, Mark Lester, Takamuri, Sage, Masuma, Kanji, Tyrone Jennings, Damian Wallace, etc., etc., etc. I play as all these guys, but so do the other people that are on the roster. And sorry about that. I don't know if you heard the ring or not, but that was Comcast calling me. My internet's very unresponsive at the moment, or, well, at the time of this recording. Anyways, like I was saying about the show, I play as multiple characters, but how am I going to fill out these shows? And because, as I said at the beginning of the video, I would like to do it online. I love the online interaction. It's so much funner, and it's way easier to get stuff done, like the things done that you want to get done. Like, for example, on 2K15 at the end there, there's a couple of times where things did not go the way I wanted them to go, and I had to use the black screen with the text of what was happening because I didn't have enough people to fill in the empty spots, you know, because I didn't have multi-men. I don't have multiple controllers. I have 2 controllers, and that's it. That's all I got. $60 a pop. I've only got 2. I don't get 150,000 views per video, so I can't really just go out and buy a bunch of controllers. Otherwise, I would. Anyways, how am I going to fill out the roster? I am taking roster applications right now. Down in the description, there's a link to an application section. Copy and paste. That's all you got to do. It's a template. You just copy that template, put in your wrestler's info as a new topic, and with your wrestler's name, and submit. And if you have an application that interests me, okay, it's got to interest me, and it's got to interest an unnamed party who will be named at a later time. This unnamed party is somebody that I trust, and his opinion means a lot to me. It means the world to me when it comes to getting the right people on the show, or not getting the right people on the show. I wish I would have listened to him many years ago. Anyways, when you fill out your application, if you don't get contacted immediately, it's not that we're not looking or that we haven't, you know, that we don't want to. We will contact you with a yes or a no. Yes, we would like you on the show, or no, not at this time, or whatever we think maybe the change should be. Basically, if we don't get back to you immediately, it just means that we haven't seen it, or we're busy. You know, we'll be recording shows, so that's an important thing. We do a lot of batch recordings, so you have to be available to do multiple recordings for like a month at a time. But you know, you're only going to be playing the game for a handful of hours. You know, or minutes, hours, whatever. And a big plus would be if you're willing to fill in for spots for the filler characters like Lance Owens or Rollin Ryder or Darren Trinidad, etc., etc., etc. My actual main character would probably be Jerry Graham and Die Hard. Those would be my main characters, but every other character is a filler character, and I play as those other characters, but so have other people that were on the roster at the time. They played as those characters as well. That's how we did it, and that's how we made the show as consistent as it was. And I would like to continue that formula. So as long as you're willing to play as other people, you know, you wouldn't play as, let's say John Cena, okay, joined FFW. Not like literally John Cena. He joined FFW, and so did The Rock, okay? The Rock and John Cena had their own characters, Chyna Chan and Roktha, okay? They play as their own characters. That's just the way it is. Nobody else is going to play as their characters, just them. But somebody like, let's say, The Rock is like, well, hey, man, you need some help getting some matches done? I'd be like, yeah. Can you beat Lance Owens? Can you beat Lance Owens while I'm, Rollin Ryder? And he'll say yes or no. And if he says no, whatever. If he says yes, awesome, because that's one more match less that I'm going to have to get taken care of later on down the road. Anyways, application section is there. But when you go to the application section, you're also going to see 2 other application templates. One application template is for commentators. I would like to go back to doing multi-man commentary. Seeing as though Story Designer is not in the game, we don't really have to flesh out what your character looks like. He doesn't have to have a look. He just has to have a voice. Now, in that application, I included a sample. It's from FFW Endgame in 2K14, Anthony Guerrero Jr. versus Riley Thompson. It's the beginning, the first 2 minutes. So what you'll do, there's a download link for that video as well in that description. You'll download that video, okay? You're going to do a sample commentary over it. And you're going to re-upload it to YouTube, right to YouTube, and you're going to put that right into your application. That's all you got to do. If I like what I hear, if you enunciate well, you sound like a professional, then maybe you'll be Christopher Billings' broadcast partner or broadcast partners. We may do a 3-man commentary team. I don't know. We might just do 2, might do 3. However, keep in mind, if you are opting to try to do commentary, you have to have a pretty open schedule. I work late at night, and some mornings I'm awake, and sometimes I'm awake in the afternoon. It just depends. I mean, if there's a set day that we're doing commentary, I will make sure to be available. And I apologize that this video is so long. not my intention, but I got a lot of stuff I got to get to. But so yeah, with commentary, you got to make yourself available. That's just the way it is. And even being on the roster as a wrestler, you should be available for that as well. And then the third application that you'll see, which is probably the easiest. I mean, you'll be able to do this pretty much on your leisure time. We could even take active roster wrestlers to do this. But it is the voiceover actor application. The way that works, we have, like I said, I have 25 filler characters. Of those 25, I can do voices for 3, maybe 4. 4 counting Christopher Billings, so 3. Jerry Graham, Die Hard, and Steve Baker. That's it. We need somebody to voice Steve Baker. You can tell that I'm Steve Baker when I speak. You can almost tell that I'm Billings, except I detune his voice. I can get away with Jerry Graham because, well, I can talk like this whenever I want. Only because I'm a smoker. But we need voice actors. So for your voice actors, all you'd have to do is I would write you out a script, and you just record those lines and then send them to me on Skype or Twitter or wherever, SoundCloud, whatever. Anyways, we have in the application, there's a sample text that you have to say, okay? You'll go into Audacity or your record, whatever you want to record with. You'll go into that, record it, save it to your computer, upload it to like SoundCloud or something, YouTube, and then just paste the link right into the application. That's all you got to do. If I like the way your voice sounds, I'll figure out which wrestler your voice would sound the most like, and there you go. And I just want to throw this out there. If things pick up on the show, if things start getting really busy, we may branch into other avenues. There's a possibility. I've been contemplating getting another PS4 and doing FFW on both, but for the time being, FFW is only on Xbox One. So if you want to apply to be a wrestler, you have to have an Xbox One. It's just the way it is. No way around that. You have to have an Xbox One. You have to play as your character. If you are applying to be a commentator or do voiceover work, you can be on PS4, you can be on the GameCube, the Wii U, the Wii, whatever, the PC, Mac, it doesn't matter. At that point, that doesn't matter because you don't have to physically play the game with me or against me or whatever. All you're doing is voiceover work. So that part is very easy. So if you're going to be a wrestler, you got to be on Xbox One. If you're going to do anything besides wrestle, like if you want to maybe send some graphics my way, I'll kick you a few bones or whatever, if you need it. Or video packages, which I'm not very good at making those. So I could always use some help with those. But things like that, you don't physically need the game. And if you're making me video packages, I can send you whatever content you may or may not need. So that's not a problem. I would definitely like to go big in 2K16. I'd like to keep the show going consistently all year. We did that for the most part in 2K13. However, there was a couple of hiccups here and there, but we did make it to like 30 episodes, and that's pretty monumentous for online CAW shows. Just saying. But other than that, I think that this about wraps up the video. So if you're interested in wrestling for FFW, get your application in now. Right when the game comes out. I mean, we're always going to be reviewing applications. And like I said, the person who's helping me decide on, who should be a good fit for the roster and who shouldn't, it's a close friend of mine. There's going to be... we're not looking for 30 different people on our roster because that's just a whole lot of drama and a whole lot of ego and a whole bunch of crap that I just don't want to put up with. It's going to be a pretty small, niche group of people, but that's okay because that's usually when we work the best. I can work with 30 people, but that's a lot of people in a party or a Skype call or whatever. Also, don't forget, you can follow the FFW Twitter, which is, I think it's FFW CAW. I think that's what I changed it to. Not in front of me right now. And then, of course, we have our FFW public Skype chat. You're more than welcome to go in there now. If you don't see immediate interaction from me, it's probably because I'm sleeping or working. But you can hang out there, whatever, and as more people fill in there, it'll start getting more lively. It's just a place to talk about FFW stuff, or CAW stuff. No drama, no BS. Like I said, zero tolerance. If you go in there trying to instigate problems with other people, you're just going to be removed from the chat, and you're not going to be allowed back in. It's just the way. And if somebody were to add you back in, I would just remove you again. It's just the way it is. I don't want to have to be the bad guy in that situation, but it's just easier to not have those kinds of problems. So anyways, guys, if you watched this entire video, thanks for hanging out with me here. But now you know my future plans when it comes to FFW. And like I said, for 2K16, I would like to do as much as we can this year. And the podcast, I really want to have interaction from people, and it's all about having a good time and having fun. It is, at the end of the day, it's just a video game. It's a video game that a lot of us enjoy playing, and we enjoy doing things. And I know over the past couple of years I've been involved in some stupid shit. I'm not even denying that. I know I'm swearing a lot now, and I normally don't swear on this channel, but it's just one of those things. Like I said, we're all just trying to have fun playing our wrestling game and making wrestling shows. We all have a passion for wrestling, and that, there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna continue to have my passion for wrestling. It's the only other big passion I have besides making music. Which, speaking of music, I'll touch on that one a little bit later with the music stuff. But as it stands right now, FFW will be moving to 2K16. So I'm looking to get it in an online, manner. So I'm looking to make it be online again. I enjoy the online interaction. So again, thank you for watching. I'm DieHard, the creator, founder, all that good stuff of FFW and TPP, and one of the originators of computer animated wrestling. I was one of the last guys to ever leave that place before the service for 07 on the PS2 got shut down. It was very archaic in that sense, but yeah, guys. So thanks for watching. Again, if you're interested, just head over to the newer FFW website. The link should be in the video description. So all you gotta do is just click that, and then you're golden. So all right, guys. Thanks for sticking with me through this, and here's to 2K16 and a great year that we're going to have. I got tons of ideas for storylines, so I really want to make sure that this all works, and hopefully you guys are right there with me for this entire ride. And thanks again for watching. I'm DieHard. I'll see you guys soon.